We go ahead and edit it out. Thank you. Did you know that the quiet ones are usually the unexpectedly intellectual? Thank you for joining us today. I am Mr. Peanut Butter. I'm with my co-host.
Sean, you may or may not know me.
Maybe. We'll figure it out as the conversation goes on. Now, we have a special guest, somebody that is special and close and dear to my heart. She has her own movement. She does her own stuff. She does that fine. Welcoming to the show, Miss.
Hey, Yana.
Yeah, that's what we're here for. That's what we're here for. Yes. We are black people who are living out our dreams in a world where telling the truth is for the weak. That alone is the reason why we aren't afraid to speak. We are the unexpectedly intellectual. But yeah, just as a check-in, Ayana, how have you been? How's your day? Do you have any plans coming out? Anything? Let us know now.
Um, I feel, I feel not great, but not bad.
Okay.
Getting over the flu. I have to work today. Don't want to be there.
Tomatoes. Tomatoes. I'm gonna come see you.
Throwing tomatoes. Yeah.
I'm
I
pretty
just,
sure we
I want to
know
be
Bull
babied.
sound.
I want to be babied and taken care of, and I have to take care of other people at work, and I don't like that.
Especially when you're sick.
You want to expand on what your job is?
Oh, I work at the library. I'm a librarian, like a little old lady.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong
It's
with
quiet. It's peaceful for the most part. So, yeah. How are y'all?
I'm good. I have a big assignment coming up, my last one for the semester. I have to create a curriculum. You know what a curriculum is?
that. Oh, what now?
A curriculum. Did I not say it right? Did
No,
I say
no,
it right?
you said it right. I was just, you have to create a
I have to
curriculum.
create a curriculum. I'm a master in education.
I'm not looking forward to that part.
I'm doing it.
So-
I'm doing it right now. I can send you a
Please,
little thing.
help me out.
Yeah.
Give me something.
Connection, that's what I'm
A
here
blueprint.
Yeah.
What about you? What you got going on this week?
I was stuck on curriculum. So actually, since spring break is coming up, I'm just trying to make sure that I'm ahead of my work, so I don't have to worry about anything. I probably have to write a book report coming up.
I thought you was about to say you got to write a book.
Oh, see,
Hey, you talking about me in the curriculum? You about to write a book?
we getting there. Not right now
A
though.
novelist?
Hey.
Best-selling author?
Hey, greatest to ever do it. We could come back to that,
One
but
day. One day.
we really just trying to make sure that we're on top of our work. I'm going on the spring break trip. And I'm looking just to get, I guess, not always closer to God, but closer to myself and who I am under God, and actually using Him as a source instead of using Him as a energy bar whenever I need Him. So yeah, I'm waiting on that. Outside of that, I'm gonna go ahead and shout myself out. So Hopeless Romantic dropped the other week. I don't know if y'all know what that
It
is.
is good.
I don't know if y'all know what it is, but
You gonna talk over the applause, man?
I don't care.
Go
I
Go
don't
ahead,
care.
tell people what it is.
So first, let me give you the background of the background. So my artist name is Khalil the Great on YouTube and Apple Music. It is Man Like Benji, ManLikeBXNJI on Spotify, Man Like Benji. So I am an artist who basically speaks his truth. I can't sugarcoat. I don't want to sugarcoat. There's no need to sugarcoat. Hopeless Romantic in particular is me telling about my life outside of God when it came to relationships. So when it came to like immoral sin, sex outside of marriage, basically me feeling empty outside of that real loving, that real feeling, that real stuffing that we know that a real love can provide. So give it a listen. Let me know what songs y'all like. I personally like all of them. That's who I am.
As you should.
I personally like all of them. I'll say yes. I like everyone for different reasons. Let's do Conscious Sin. Conscious Sin is really a playful song.
That's my favorite.
Give us a snippet.
I be living on the best side. She said, Benji, I can do it. Can you show me what you dress like? Yeah. Yeah. Fun fact, that was a freestyle. That was a freestyle. Uh, I see. Okay, the reason why I would say Conscious Sin would probably be my favorite. If I didn't play Greenheart 80,000 times, Conscious Sin would be my favorite because it's what it really is, especially for young men growing up. Because we kind of Disneyfy love for what it is, but in reality,
Did you say Disney? Fine?
Disneyfy. I'm gonna put it in the dictionary in 2024. Disneyfy.
Do you want to
Elaborate on what it
on
is.
that?
Okay, so you know how Disney takes, I'm gonna say horror stories, but you know how like they take real life stories that are based on like scary events and they basically make it all cute and lovey dovey.
Okay.
So love is Disneyfied now.
I figured that's where you were going with it. I just wanted to.
Yeah, love is Disneyfied now. So basically with Conscious Sin, I'm taking it all the way back to like the root, the story of itself. So I basically talk about first what it is to know that I can get whatever female I want to in my mind, right? And also know that with coming with that, I know that I can exploit and abuse that right, which isn't right, which is why it's conscious. Now, the sin comes from basically knowing that what I'm doing is one outside of God's protection and outside of God's marriage. And I'm doing it knowing that I know the repercussions. No, that's not a word. Repercussions. that's
got what you
that's
We
coming.
got you, baby.
That's coming from my actions, right? So because I know I put myself in this situation with said female, I know later down the line I'm going to have to break a heart, or I know I'm going to have to get my heart broken because I put myself in that situation. So I would say Conscious Sin would be my favorite one off that track. Also, I have other music, so yeah, I go listen.
Okay.
But in other words, I wanted to talk about because a lot of things are happening in life, especially for us beautiful black folk. With so much chaos, especially nowadays, with the Bill 129 trying to basically delete everything that makes us African American or just what we stand for, especially with critical race theory and all this nowadays. We need more positivity on black life and what it is because we've lost that. And we've more so, I feel like we've started to click up or tribe up instead of making a family. So I'll have my people, but I don't fool with you people. But you feel me? I love you because you're black, but stay over there. And I feel like we need to change that.
We've always been in cliques, though, from the beginning of time. There's always been tribes and cliques and all this. What makes you think that things are going to change now? Do things really even need to change?
They got to. Because if not, we're going to keep living in the same cycle over and over. See, the thing is, whenever we try to actually have I'll say a revolution, whenever we actually try to have a revolution, we get just enough to make us satisfied. We don't get the full fulfillment from it because we keep fighting, and we've been fighting since. We can take this book.
But do you necessarily have to fight to have your own group or clique or tribe or whatever?
You don't need to.
So I don't think that's what needs to change. I think what needs to change is the fighting part.
In terms
I
of
mean, we can mingle, right? If you never had a group of friends, go mingle with another
other group of friends, and you have this section for this section, and yeah. I'm here. It's hard though because, okay, so if we take the violence away, what's another way that we can unite? What's another way we can have black unity within the community?
through music.
Thank you. Okay, now with that being said, culture is big. I feel like they can go hand in hand. They do go hand in hand. So if we do music, that means we have to change about what we talk about.
Yes, absolutely.
So
Shout out NMBGJ, my brother, always speaking consciously in his music. I'm proud of you, my boy.
always. But like the big things in rap music now is fucking bitches, getting money, robbing, jugging, switches, Glocks, all these different type of bullets. Because I feel like that's where the tribal stuff comes in.
Yeah. Yeah, I can get with that.
But how do you feel about what's a way that we can provide a fun, safe experience for Black culture to get together?
I think we do it all the time when we come together and we have different get-togethers. It's really about knowing them, though, like knowing exactly what's going on. And so, if anything, promoting what's going on, promoting when those things are happening. And I think a big issue in our community is like the crabs in a barrel kind of mindset, where we don't promote each other. So if we have these positive things going on, we don't necessarily promote them. But then you have to ask, like, why is that? Oh, you got your little thing going, and then you want to call it a little thing. And it's like,
why you got to belittle me?
Throw a little shade. Yeah, we can't not throw shade for some reason.
right. And and unfortunately, I grew up with that being the norm. Like, that's my family. My family is like, oh, you got your little business. And it's like,
What you got?
exactly.
Always want handouts like, you're
Right.
not really supporting my business if you want me to throw you a discount.
Every time.
Exactly.
Every time. Yeah,
Every time. It's not like every other blue moon to where like, oh, you looked out for me in February. I'm gonna support you in March. You may get me in April, but yeah, it's not. It's every time I walk in, right? You got me.
No, I don't got you.
So,
Get me for once.
where do y'all think the envy comes from? 'Cause that's what it is.
I think it's like most things, it goes back to slavery. It goes back to the house nigga versus the field nigga. It goes back to we have to, we've always had to, in a way, compete for the sake of survival. And so I think it's a psychological thing, and it's deep-rooted trauma. And then when you get into deep-rooted trauma, what you don't understand is a lot of times things are passed down. So, okay, scientifically speaking, our genes come from our mother. So whatever our mother experienced, we pull from that. That's where everything comes from. Of course, we get our genes from our father as well, but most of them are from our mother. As women, we have mother's genes from however long ago. And so we have all of that trauma. And imagine how much of that trauma is being passed on and
then on top of what you live
exactly, on top of what you're living through, what your mama lived through, what your grandmama lived through, great grandma, all the way back, all through slavery, and who knows whatever was taking place then, whatever envy they had for somebody else then, and then we've pulled all that, and now we have to undo all of that.
What was it
unlearn.
called nowadays? Generational curses.
It's generational curses, yeah.
That's
Speaking of slavery, time. Do y'all realize that in 2030, the 20s aren't the 1920s anymore? It's the 2020s?
Like, what marks the 20s for us? Because the 20s back then was...
the dances. That's true though. That's true though. That's true though.
Yeah.
Right at the beginning.
Yeah.
It started off and it's still here. And people aren't talking about it as much, but it's just as bad.
The roaring 20s was the 1920s. We know the 50s.
50s, civil rights, everything. 50s to the 60s.
70s was the reform of what is life again.
So that, but also like 60s into 70s was like free love everybody, all that.
Peace, hippie era.
Hippy dippy.
How do we get here?
It's a podcast. That's what I'm here for.
Who is talking to you?
That's what I'm here for.
Oh, yeah, the 20s aren't the 20s aren't the thing we think about anymore. That's crazy. We are getting old. I was born in the 90s.
Me too.
1994. That's ages ago. You know the
Excuse me.
the Kevin Hart thing where he's like, where Don G was like, I'm 60, Kevin Hart like, damn. That's what I felt. That's what I just felt like. She said, ooh.
That's how you know it get real.
I'm only 3 years after you.
That's hilarious. What's something you want to talk about? You hungry?
No.
Let me see. Okay.
I'll talk about anything, honestly. It don't matter.
Okay.
have this layaway moment. My brain is
We'll be right back after these.
Hey, I need that though. So when I go cut, I'm like, all right, we was between this frame. Topic. Okay, so why isn't Birmingham a big city like Atlanta or like Memphis or like everything else around us? Are we still fighting oppression from any other?
Because we're in Alabama. Alabama doesn't necessarily have a good connotation behind it. If you hear Alabama, you think
We don't
country and stupid,
Yeah.
no progress.
Although on the surface, if you look at it with squinted eyes, you can see a little progress. A little bit. But every day we go backwards though. We take 3 steps backwards, 4 steps forward.
Yep.
Especially with this bill. Bro, this is so ignorant, stupid. It's so stupid.
Okay,
What are we gonna do to change that though? As the young community of our
Fight. What I was talking
But what
about
does that
earlier.
look like?
We have a great model ahead of us. We're just so what I feel like a lot of friction comes from is that we're new and we don't necessarily want to listen to the old ways because the old ways, yes, they had their success, but like it's our turn. You aren't living on what we're living in. So one, I feel like the everybody has to get on one accord. If we're not on one accord, then we're just going to make even more discourse between us.
That's very impossible though. Like
Is it?
everybody getting on one.
Oh
accord.
yeah, obviously, but
Like
we get a
you
majority.
get 5 people in a room together, everybody's not gonna be on one accord.
That's
That's true.
And that's a small sample.
But can everybody find some level of common ground?
Yes.
Because most times we're more alike than we are different.
Yes. But
If we could just find that one little thing.
I can get behind that. I just need to be shown. It's hard. It's hard.
we gotta do it.
We gotta
You gotta have faith.
We gotta do it. So 16 Sheep Baptist Church, I have that field of connection that people that live through it.
Wait, you don't want to explain what you're doing with that?
He never let me skate. I try to bring something up. He be like, so anyway, hold on. What'd you say? So, okay. So with 16th Street, I am basically a tour guide, and I'm also learning myself, which is a privilege to me. But I'm a tour guide, and I basically tell you what the history of. Did y'all know that Birmingham was founded in like 18 something?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not from Birmingham. That
I've lived here all my life.
That made me proud when I learned that.
I was actually born at UAB Hospital.
Same.
Okay, that's what I'm here for.
Full circle.
So yeah, I'm really a tour guide, and I'm learning, and et cetera, and just the connections of people who have come in there and come through there, and just being able to tour and bring. We had somebody, I think, our first visit, we had somebody all the way from Kansas City
To come to Birmingham.
come to Birmingham, Alabama.
Yeah, people come here to see that. They don't come for nothing else. They'll come for that.
Don't come for the concerts. They don't come for the festivals. They don't come for railroad. They don't do that.
Like, it's not like in Atlanta where, oh, we going to Atlanta to go to this concert or to go to this thing. But we gonna go to the Civil Rights Institute.
we
That's cool though, right? They trying to.
Ish. It's like we have our thing, but also, do we want that to be our thing?
our thing. We can have many things.
But the fact that they're coming here to learn about the history is kind of.
It's important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's important.
So I would say unity, but also because life is so corrupted, you really can't trust all. You have to take matters into your own hand. And the thing that is so fearful about it is that nobody wants to lose anything. But think about it like this. If you have nothing to gain, you don't have anything to lose.
Yeah.
So therefore, it's nothing. I would say we need to get unity, and it starts with the youth because we are the generation that's living into what we're trying to protect or trying to do. Now we have to be humble enough and meet common ground with the people that were before us so that we can understand how to do it. Now from there, by any and all means, we take over. But again, it's gonna take sacrifices. It's gonna take. I don't think we're gonna get hosed down like they did. I don't think that's that.
Oh, we ain't going for it.
Oh no, it's gonna be Montgomery all over
We don't
again.
get chairs.
See?
Sunshine on the lake.
So I say it starts with that, and it starts with I'm a victim to this too. But voting,
Yeah,
right?
I'm also open.
I meant to vote yesterday.
Uh,
I meant to vote
voting
yesterday.
thing
So there was
yesterday.
voting yesterday. Okay. So the thing is, we get so and that's the
We
point.
don't know.
We get
How would I
okay
know?
because we're sheep, and we are conditioned to focus on the popular thing. And what's the popular thing in politics? The presidency. But the president don't do nothing.
At all.
The real power lies in the House and the Senate. And so we have to focus on that, but we also have to focus on our local municipalities too. But we also don't focus on that. We don't realize just how much they make a difference. The work that's done in our communities makes a difference. And then that work that leads up to what's done in the House and in the Senate, that makes the greatest impact. And then that later impacts the presidency and all that. But it's a bottom up, but we're focused on top down.
Yeah. Why do those people get to stay in office for 35?
I don't exactly.
Why are 90
Exactly.
running this country?
They're
They're about to be
still
outta here.
exactly.
They finna be out of here. Why are they running the country?
Because nobody is focused on that. We're not taught to be focused on that.
That's why we gotta think as intellectuals unexpectedly.
But I see faith in the future. But the only way that we can bring about it is if we do it ourselves. And back to the point of what we like to do, we tend to wait until it's too late. Hence where the regrets come from. Hence where everything that's sorrowful, all that, the envy, all that comes from.
Technically, it's never too late, but
Yeah.
I understand what you're coming
Yeah, it's like we don't want to do anything until certain things have already been enacted. And so when these laws come into, when SB 129 comes into place, we're like, where did this come from? Well, maybe you should have voted a little while back.
from. Can somebody explain that SB 129 for the people who may not know?
It basically does away with all diversity, equity, and inclusion programs at public institutions. So I won't say no more African American Studies organization, but like it cuts down on any diversity, equity, and inclusion, anything. And that's not just black folk, that's queer folk, that's women,
Middle Eastern
anything
people.
minority, basically, or minority, quote unquote.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I'm people that didn't know what it was, so that's why I asked you.
Yeah,
somebody
that's
explain.
fine.
Oh, it slapped me in the face.
And it's a
That's
big
very
issue
unfortunate,
at
by the way.
It's a big issue at UAB just because UAB prides itself on being so diverse. We have a very large population of international students. There's a whole international office that makes sure they're taken care of and all of that. Well, that's probably going to be done away with.
Is there any hope for the world in the next decade?
There's always hope. It just depends on who you're talking to. Some people will say no, but there's always hope. It's about who you're talking to and also what they're willing to do.
Everybody be lazy though, is it?
Is everybody lazy or is everybody just hopeless?
I think
'Cause-
it could be a combination of both.
It could be that.
The hopelessness makes them lazy because it's what are we doing?
is it?
A lot of people are depressed and don't know it. Hopelessness is a symptom of depression. The exact symptom is called anhedonia, and you don't have a desire to do anything that you once found pleasurable. And so if you don't have a desire to make things better,
You said the word, well, what now?
anhedonia.
I'm gonna put that in my notes.
Word of the day.
Hey, it's in my notes. Okay. But did you enjoy yourself, Yana?
I did.
It was a pleasure having you. You are welcomed anytime.
Okay.
Prayerfully, our next guest can make it. So the next topic is it okay to lie? And then I'll get you back for the body count episode.
Okay.
I just need one more female.
Okay.
That's it. We were supposed to have. Well, I will do a better job of being more prepared of having topics ready, but I also like the freelance of just talking.
I mean, that's on me too. So I like having freelance less, but this was this freelancing. This episode was real cool.
It worked out.
It worked out pretty
It
well.
worked out. So yeah, I enjoyed it. What's our little tag? So on the next episode of Unexpectedly Intellectual,
We don't know. We'll figure it out in the next couple of days.
Hey, that's why I like it. That's why it's unexpectedly.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Sean. Take away what the.
Well, thank you for joining us on this episode of Unexpectedly Intellectuals. Stay curious, stay open-minded, and keep embracing the unexpected. Thanks.